I'm just going to come out and say it. This movie is not pretty. It's not particularly supremely disturbing. It just leaves you feeling uncomfortable inside. Mario Bava, of course, known for all of his colorful horror movies, does one called Rabid Dogs, released in 1974, also known as Kidnapped, where three robbers are trying to make an escape, and they go and take three people hostage: one female, a child who is knocked out supposedly for surgery, and another guy who's driving this 1970s Italian automobile. And there's some particularly disturbing scenes in this one. This is one I don't recommend people watch lightly. I mean, just in the fact that in this car alone, that there's just all this I don't know. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm just a little. I'm just. Oof, it's dark. It's very dark. Okay, so there is very. This is a minimalist movie. Minimalist are like the number of sets and stuff like that. There's a cornfield. There's a barn. There's a gas station, like a convenience store, and then the automobile in which they're all in. And it's like, okay, this sounds like it's gonna be a very boring 96 minutes. And at first I thought, okay, yeah, I can see it being a little boring. But until we actually get into what's going on, are these the three robbers are Doctor, Blade, and 32, translated, of course. Especially 32, who acts very unhinged and does some extreme stuff. That's yeah, it's like, it's like we got this woman who's acting crazy. I mean, there's a scene where she has to urinate, and she runs away. She goes through a cornfield. After a rather intense chase, they do manage to catch up with her. They pretty much say, yeah, go out, and they embarrass her, like saying, hey, like pretty much just piss on the ground. And it's like, use your underwear to wipe it off. It's almost as disturbing as a scene from The Last House on the Left. If you know, you know. That's pretty much how this movie is, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's just intense. It's just like, you just look at this and you just think. I guess it's because when everything is just encased in a car, it's just so, you pay attention to the drama. It's like, of course, they've had like 6 adults in this one car. I'm sure it was bigger because you have to get the cameraman, the boom mic operator, then Baba, who's probably in like the next car or whatever. It's just so intense that like you feel the anticipation, you feel the menace. It just all works out. I have to admit that this is a very intriguing film. That it doesn't pull any punches. It's just like, they're talking about how he's saying, yeah, you are our hostages now. If you just do what we say you do, you will live. And of course, the woman is going hysteric, is trying to always leave, trying to escape from everything going on. She tries at least a couple of times, but it's just doesn't work. And the guy with the Ricardo, Italian for Richard, of course, has a mustache, but he's acting eerily calm for whatever reason. Yeah, which I'll get to in a minute. It's just like it's like, even in the beginning when the four robbers are going on, it's like they take 2 women hostage. One of them, like, just two people who just want to go shopping. Takes one of them hostage. The fourth one actually manages to pretty much just bill her, but he also gets billed by the police, so at least there's some justice right there, I guess. But it's like they have all these intense chases. They have a couple, like 1 or 2 intense chase scenes, and they're waiting to go out. And all this has to do with I guess the theme of the aftermath of a robbery. Like, what can happen? Dissension between the members, taking hostages, what happens when one becomes inebriated too much and SAs one of the hostages. It's just absolutely intense. Of course, when 32 gets, he gets inebriated, he does that, but then they have no choice but to just put a bullet through him, and he's barely alive, and it's just that scene alone is so intense. It's just like, oof, I don't know. It's just it's disturbing. It's disturbing to watch. There's also the synthesizer score as in to capture the intensity. I mean, it was like which must have probably been familiar, which must have been very what's the word I'm looking for? Common in all the policiza, pretty much Italian police movies and robberies and stuff like that. So let's just add to the frenetic activity that's in the DVD menu when they're driving, when there's some running going on. It's that motif happening to us in this ensuing chaos. Oof, it's just crazy stuff. And then at the end, when two of them are left, it's like we get the climax when they head to their base, and it turns out that what was underneath the child was actually Ricardo's firearm. And he manages to eliminate the other two suspects. And you're wondering what's going on here. Unfortunately, the lady dies due to, I think, what was it? Blade's one of his firearms, and it's ultimately revealed that that Ricardo himself is actually a robber who kidnapped a child. And he calls the woman and says, "You have until tomorrow to give me 3 million lira." I don't know how much that is in USD, especially in 1974's Italy with the conversion rate to that. And then today, don't know what the conversion rate is, but that's just insane. That plot twist I did truly not see coming. And, it's like that would explain how I was also able to stay so calm and understands why the child was constantly sedated. So it's just intense, man. This is an intense movie. If it's enough to shake me, who's seen all the horror, all the intensities, all the crime dramas and stuff, when to have this happen, it's yeah. I do recommend you watch it, but keep in mind, like I said, this is not pretty, and you're probably going to need to take a break, just to take a break an hour, and just to get your mind off of it. Yeah, recommended, but you need the iron stomach in to be able to withstand it. At this time, Bava was financially not doing so hot with box office revenues. With he had full control of Lisa and the Devil, but that didn't do so hot. So he was hoping that Rabid Dogs would be able to give him the jump start financially to kind of keep his career going on track and make stuff like that. But the budget for this was incredibly small. I mean, he fired his I forgot what position the guy had, but this guy, set photographer, set designer, something like that, I'm trying to remember. And he funded it all on his own. The shooting and everything took 3 weeks, being in the car, the gas station, everything else, which that is not bad. But even with the very small budget, the drama there is still intense. And you can tell this got seized by some Italian court or something like that, and they would not release the movie until 1997. Why specifically, I don't know. Maybe just the content of it all. And ultimately, Mario's son Lamberto teamed up with some people, and they got like the best that they could with some cuts. There are some scenes that were cut, including one with like a helicopter or something like that. But we pretty much have it. And there's this one guy who was going to play Ricardo. I forgot his name. He appeared drunk on the set the first day and was released from the position. And ultimately, the actor whose name coincidentally was Ricardo, couldn't speak English, so they had like little cue cards, maybe like post-it notes, placed strategically throughout the cars to like where he could speak it. This was according to the guy who plays Doc, Maurice Pouty or something like that. I think he could speak English, who is also known for pretty much one of the few Italian stars who played in pretty much every genre, so I may look at some of his movies just because. But yeah, Kidnapped with Rabid Dogs. This movie is just intense. It disturbed me enough, but I really do recommend that if you want to see something intense that did influence this influenced Quentin Tarantino. Not this movie specifically, but the soundtrack did, and motifs did go into, what was it, Grindhouse, I think, or something like that. And he also said that Black Sabbath, the movie, influenced what was that? What's that one? Pulp Fiction. So yeah, I highly recommend that you watch. If you can stomach it, I highly recommend you watch Rabid Dogs or Kidnapped.